The dignity of your life, that is yours to protect. Have you ever been in a situation where someone publicly humiliates you? Maybe it was a sarcastic comment in front of others, or a joke that left you feeling humiliated and undervalued. In that moment, there's this silence, that burning feeling in your chest. You smile like it's fine, but deep down you are wondering, why? Do I look like a punching bag? You don't. It's not you, but them. In this video, I will tell you why they do it. 6 reasons why they humiliate you in front of others. If you are ready, then hit subscribe, tap that bell, and let's dive in. Reason number 1. They sense your weakness. The predator, be it human or beast, often targets the vulnerable. A perceived weakness, a flinch in your demeanor, a hesitation in your voice, can be interpreted as an invitation to strike. They see a chink in your armor, a soft spot, and they exploit it. This is not about your objective strength, but their perception of it. I remember some time ago at my previous job, I once witnessed a partner. Let's call him James. In a corporate presentation, he stammered while answering a particularly challenging question about projected revenue. A colleague, known for their aggressive nature, pounced on this moment of vulnerability, loudly questioning James's competence and suggesting he was ill-prepared. The room, sensing his discomfort, shifted uncomfortably. Their attack wasn't about the accuracy of James' projections, but the perceived weakness in his delivery. They saw an opportunity to assert dominance, to elevate themselves by diminishing him. Stoic philosophy urges us to strengthen our inner fortress. Epictetus reminds us, it is not things themselves that disturb men, but their judgments about these things. Their perception of weakness is their judgment, not our inherent truth. We must cultivate inner resilience, a steadfastness that remains unshaken by the opinions of others. This requires constant self-reflection, a commitment to virtue, and a refusal to be swayed by external validation. 2. You haven't set boundaries. The absence of clear boundaries is akin to leaving a door unlocked, inviting intrusion. If you consistently tolerate disrespectful behavior, if you fail to assert your limits, you teach others that such actions are acceptable. They learn that they can push you, test you, and ultimately break you without consequence. In a social gathering, a relative repeatedly made disparaging remarks about my career choices, framing them as unrealistic and naive. Initially, I brushed it off, attempting to maintain peace. However, their comments grew more pointed, more public. My reluctance to address the issue directly, to firmly state that their opinions were unwelcome, emboldened them. They continued, assuming that my silence was tacit approval to walk all over me. Stoicism teaches us to act with reason and justice. This includes defending our own dignity. Seneca advises, begin at once to live, and count each separate day as a separate life. Setting boundaries is an act of self-respect, a declaration that you value your time, your energy, and your peace of mind. It is not aggressive, it is assertive. It is a clear communication of your limits, a refusal to allow others to trespass on your inner sanctum. Standing up for yourself is choosing not to laugh when the joke is at your expense. The truth is, people will push you as far as you allow them to. Without boundaries, others will test how much they can get away with. 3. They sense you do not know your worth. The world treats you based on the value you assign yourself. If you walk with apologetic presence, constantly seeking validation, you will attract those who take advantage of your uncertainty. Seneca once said that a man cannot be comfortable without his own approval. I once had a friend who would subtly belittle my ambitions. Whenever I spoke of my goals and plans, he would smirk and say, "That's nice, but let's be realistic." I never challenged it. Deep down, I believed his words. I was unsure of my own worth, and he sensed it. One day I realized, why was I accepting his reality over mine? I had allowed his words to shape my perception. Trust me, I have learnt this the hard way. Know your worth before the world defines it for you. When you carry yourself with self-worth, those who seek to undermine you will find no foothold. Self-worth is an internal compass, guiding our actions and informing our interactions. When this compass is misaligned, when we doubt our inherent value, others can sense it. They see a lack of conviction, a willingness to accept less than we deserve. This can embolden them to treat us with disrespect, to diminish our contributions, and to publicly humiliate us. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one. Knowing your worth is not about arrogance. It is about recognizing your inherent dignity as a human being. It is about understanding that your contributions, your ideas, and your presence are valuable. It is about refusing to allow others to define your worth based on their own insecurities or agendas. 4. They want control. Humiliation is a weapon of control. It is a way to assert dominance, to establish a hierarchy where the humiliator reigns supreme. They seek to diminish you, to make you feel small and insignificant, so that they can feel powerful and in control. This is often rooted in their own insecurities, a desperate attempt to compensate for their perceived lack of power. A former supervisor, known for their micromanaging tendencies, would often publicly criticize my work, highlighting minor errors and exaggerating their significance. They would do this in front of my colleagues, creating an atmosphere of fear and intimidation. This was not about improving my performance. It was about asserting their control, reminding everyone who held the power. Stoicism teaches us to focus on what we can control. We cannot control the actions of others, but we can control our reactions. We can refuse to be manipulated by their power plays. We can maintain our composure, our dignity, and our inner peace. We can recognize that their need for control stems from their own weaknesses, not our own. Do not give away your power. When someone tries to belittle you for control, maintain your composure. Remember, Lao Tzu said that he who controls others may be powerful, but he who has mastered himself is mightier still. 5. They envy you. Over all these years I have learnt this. People rarely humiliate those they see as significant. If someone takes the time to publicly diminish you, ask yourself, what do they see in you that unsettles them? Envy is a corrosive emotion, a bitter resentment of another's success, talent, or perceived advantages. It can manifest as public humiliation, a way to tear down the object of their envy, to diminish their achievements, and to bring them down to their level. After receiving an award for a successful project, a colleague who had previously dismissed my efforts publicly questioned the validity of my achievement, suggesting that it was due to luck or favoritism. Their words were laced with thinly veiled envy, a desperate attempt to diminish my accomplishment. Stoicism reminds us that external achievements are transient. They are not the source of true happiness or fulfillment. Seneca advises, true happiness is to enjoy the present, without anxious dependence upon the future, not to amuse ourselves with either hopes or fears, but to rest satisfied with what we have, which is sufficient, for he that is so wants nothing. We should focus on our own path, our own virtues, and refuse to be swayed by the envy of others. Their envy is a reflection of their own shortcomings, not our own. 6. They seek an audience. Public humiliation is a performance, a spectacle designed to entertain and impress an audience. The humiliator seeks validation from others, a reinforcement of their power and dominance. They thrive on the attention, the gasps, the whispers, The collective sense of superiority. A social media influencer, known for their provocative content, publicly ridiculed a follower for their appearance, posting a screenshot of their private message with a mocking caption. The comments section erupted with laughter and insults, validating the influencer's cruel behavior. They sought an audience, a collective affirmation of their perceived superiority. Stoicism teaches us to disregard the opinions of the crowd. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, "Everything we hear is an opinion, not a fact. Everything we see is a perspective, not the truth." The opinions of the audience are fleeting, inconsequential. They are not a reflection of our worth or our character. We should focus on living according to our own principles, our own values, and refuse to be swayed by the fickle winds of public opinion. In conclusion, public humiliation is a painful experience, but it can also be a valuable lesson. It can teach us about the flaws of human nature, the importance of setting boundaries, and the power of inner resilience. By understanding the motivations behind such actions, we can better protect ourselves, maintain our composure, and focus on what truly matters, our own virtue and our own inner peace. Let us remember that the opinions of others are merely opinions, and that our true worth lies within ourselves. The arena of public humiliation is not a place to cower, but a stage to demonstrate our Stoic fortitude. If you have found this video useful, then subscribe and leave a comment below.